This is the video that got me not 10, 20, but literally hundreds of questions. Nick, how does this content system work? How can I get access to it? And how will I be able to get similar results? So in the upcoming 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to explain you everything about this system, about how it works and how you can implement it for yourself to accurately get similar results to what I've got. So the most important thing, I like to reverse engineer things. When I work with clients, we always reverse engineer every system. So we take it to the end destination and we reverse engineer how we should get there. So as an example, the first thing about content is there are 5 main pillars and 20 subsegments of it. So how it works with content is, first of all, you need to ideate. And ideation happens to be part of trends, hooks, formats, and angles. That are the 4 most important subsections. Then when the ideation is done, we have strategy. So these are the pillars, the calendar, the funnels, and the goals that we can set up. Recording has to do with the setup, the scripting, the capture, and the workflow. Then when we have it recorded, we send it either to our team, we edit it ourselves, or we have a fine-tuned system for it to have the ability to let it go through the production phase very fast, which happens to be and consists out of editing, design, copywriting, and reviewing. Then ultimately we have to distribute it. Now we're not going to distribute it on one platform. We can distribute it on different platforms. We can distribute it into different structures of formats like repurposing, scheduling, and analytics, because ultimately what happens when we have proper analytics, we can see exactly what's going on and how we can change everything accurately. So there's a full step-by-step here, as you can see, into every single conversion process of how we're doing this. And this is happening for every single step. So this is the process my clients are following, and this is how we work with clients. When we work with clients, I think the main reason why we can get people like Amr here on the left crazy results has purely to do because we reverse engineer everything. Most people that start and grow something start by the beginning and try to grow up constantly. What we do is we reverse engineer. So we take the outcome, we look at what does the end destination look like and what is needed for that, and then we reverse engineer the path to getting there, which makes it impossible not to succeed. Now, for example, the first step, let's go over the first step, trends. We have to actually analyze trends. And when we have trends, we need to be able to create pattern interrupt hooks, contrarian hooks. And these hooks are written out of different standpoints. Now, when that is done, we choose our format, just like I do on my Instagram. You've seen that so often. Is it a carousel? Is it a short form reel? Or is it some long form asset that we utilize on YouTube? Now, this is what we've done with Amr in his niche. So as an example, to show you the left side of the screen. Now, instead of us starting by the beginning, I'm going to start at the end. Now, what is the end point? The end point is analytics. And if we go to the left side of the screen, you see the analytics. Amr is one of my clients, and based on the systems and every single analytic that you see here on the screen, we were able to scale him past $200,000 a month. And this didn't happen in the easiest niche at all. He helps entrepreneurs optimize their physical state and their mental state, which means he is in a mindset niche. And positioning and branding in this niche, having the ability to make content pop off and monetize your audience into actual conversions and cash is very difficult. Just like you, maybe you're in a fitness niche, maybe you're in a mindset niche, maybe you're in a health relationship niche, like any of these niches, there are no direct angles to content. So you have to be very specific in your process and your ideation and hooks to make something like this work. Let's cover every single topic of why we were able to scale into $200,000 per month with this system. The first thing is actual volume in content and production quality of the followers that we're getting. So let's look at the followers. We scaled them from 2K to 36,000 followers in 3 months. What was the actual cause of this? What is the reason why we were able to do this? We are only going to look at 2 different parts of the process. The first one is ideation, and specifically hooks and formats. When you have the right hooks, when you have the right formats, and the ideation process is structured well, which is what Amr followed here, just right here, as well as with me on one-on-one calls and everything that we built, you will be able to create contrarian takes and uniqueness to your brand, which will allow you to bring a new perspective to the market, to actually have the chance to go viral, to have the chance to grow your following. I hate the word viral at all. I don't use it at all, but to have the chance to actually grow a proper following that converts into buyers. Now, when that happens, the content strategy, the second thing is actually fucking production. The most important thing are number 4 and number 1. The rest doesn't really matter. Specifically when it comes down to attracting these followers is The editing, the design, the copywriting, and the review, right? What do we actually do in the production to make this video attainable? It gives it emotion, right? And emotion increases retention in any single type of content format, which allows us to grow. Now, the most beautiful thing is when we follow this format with clients, everybody has their own side to it. Everybody is different. Everybody needs different things. And everybody needs to value a different part of the process. So when we got these amount of followers, when we got these amount of views, we ultimately need to convert them into customers, right? And that's the monetization aspect. Now, content does two things. It attracts customers, new people. Where do we find them? Traffic. And it converts. Conversion is the ability to understand how to actually get customers from the content that you're creating. And you've seen this channel more often. This is a channel you love, and I know that you love this channel. And the reason you love this channel is because I go very in depth into every single system and process. And I'd love to. I want to explain you everything because I want you to fucking win. I don't care. I know that if I can make you a lot of money from my free content, you'll be knocking on my door with your credit card and you'll be ready to pay, get access to your program, and even make so much more money with everything that we're pursuing, acting on based on our systems, accountability, based on the implementation that we can help you do, and the speed in which we can help you implement everything. So going back to the point, DMs and actual conversions, right? You make content and CTAs are very important parts. Angles are very important parts to this. For example, case study videos and behind the scenes videos deliver a lot of tension and deliver a lot of intention. So what I mean by this, intention is when people actually want to engage with your content, right? Now, that is the difference between actually getting a follower and getting a buyer. If you create intentional content that people want to engage with, just like case study videos, they won't get the most insane amount of views, which is not needed. Because if we go to Amber's Instagram, let me see, I want to show you this because this is actually a very important part. Let's go to Amber's Instagram. One of his main videos that did pop off was the video with Marco, one of his students. Look, this video, it got an insane amount of views. It got 53K likes and it got him an insane amount of traction. But the reason we were able to make a lot of money from this and extract only 300 to 400K from this specific video is because we understood conversion, because we understood comments, because we understood the appointment setting process. I made a video about it. I think I already posted on this channel. After this video, go watch the appointment setting video. Because that appointment setting video will show you the reason of why he was able to make 300 grand from only these comments. Okay?
Trapped in a dead-end job. Now,
and this showcases the transformation, right? So he helps people with mindset and whatever. Now, this is a great example of the production of everything that we were able to do. Now, you look at his branding and you're like, this looks kind of unique to me, right? You are currently struggling. You are currently like, I don't know really what I need to talk about, which is the problem of fucking ideation. Then you don't really know how to create content efficiently because you don't have a system for it, which is ultimately where strategy comes into play. It's the weekly planning and the batching and the content sprints of everything that we're doing. Then you're ultimately like, you know what, Nick? Like, do I need like a $5,000 camera? Do I need a $2,000 camera? Can I do it with my phone? Like, how do I do it? Do I create efficiency? What is the angles that I need to use? That is the recording process that you struggle with. And then ultimately, you're like, you know what? Okay, cool, but I need to find an editor. Do I have a creative director for my content? Do I have people that do the revisions? But Nick, like I spend like 4 hours every single day on doing the revisions for my content. That's why we won't be able to create the scale of output, right? That's why you have a production problem. And then ultimately, you're like, Nick, my content isn't working. I've been doing so much volume, but it's not working. It's because you cannot read and analyze the content correctly. You don't understand how to repurpose it on platforms. You don't understand how to schedule it and how to multiply distribution. And that, exactly these 5 things, were the main reason why Amber came to us. So that's why you now can see the transformation of the actual results that he has gotten. The amount of DMs, the followers, the engagement, the type of content that we created, the reels that work super well. To be super honest with you, like you have to connect your Instagram to this. So some clients are not comfortable with that, which is completely okay because if you don't want us to have insight in your Instagram, because we technically can based on the data on this dashboard, not the DMs and not everything else. Like some clients don't want that, preferably based on personal reasons, but you don't have to, but Amber wants that, and around 80-90% of our clients are okay with that. So we are utilizing this to be able to have the ability to have visibility into the process. And then imagine our monthly recap meeting comes. We have a meeting every single month for an hour straight where we recap how the progress of the month went. And guess what we do first? We sit with a glass of fucking water and look at the dashboard of everything that is going on and compare it with the prior month. Because we can see the changes. I can see where things go wrong. I can see exactly what we need to change to do what. Right? How we need to make improvements, the audience split, the optimal times of posting, the weekly calendar. We can see the top performing reels, the top performing formats, why they are performing based on the data that we accurately have. And when we have that data constantly, it makes it so much easier for us to build an actual foundation behind everything. Because when we have that monthly meeting, and which I have with all my clients, we will be able to actually create engagement rates, conversion data, have revenue attribution, and be able to A/B test every single angle for us to know what the fuck we're doing. View tracking, right? Like when these things are not in place, you cannot reverse the system. And as I talked about in the beginning of this video, you need these 5 components to content to make it pop off. And the fun fact is that clients start from zero and clients start from $200,000 per month. And we have clients that do 1.5 million a month. Nobody ever has a proper system, which is hence the reason why they keep missing out on millions of dollars, because they don't understand what to do. When you want to beat your competitors, you have to do things differently the way they do it. And when you have more data on what works, you always win. This system is not going to allow you to go viral, guys. Like, in all honesty, the system is not going to allow you to make your content pop off for a second. Of course not. But the reason why it works for me and my clients is because we know what we need to say because we have data on copy. We know what we need to change in editing because we have data on production. We know what we need to change within the recording process because we have data on it. It's the person with the most amount of data, the person with the most amount of information, and the person that can understand how to read that accurately can change everything accordingly to get fucking results. And that's the reason why people win. And the most fun thing is, this works for people that are making nothing, that start, and this works for people that are making 1.5 million a month. We have 3 clients that do over $1 million a month. Sorry, 4 clients that do over $1 million a month. And all these clients, we've helped build a system to create proper production. And everybody is at a different level. Like, don't get overwhelmed by this. I can understand completely that you get overwhelmed by it. It's not that you need to follow every single step. No, you need to have a system to create proper structure in your head to execute. And this system is different for everyone because we have clients producing, let's say, 3 different reels and a story sequence every day with 10 different slides. We also have clients that do a story sequence twice a week and post a reel once a week and make a YouTube video once every week. So the actual volume difference, right? And it's also this. You need to understand at what stage you're at to either choose for quality or choose for volume. But this is for another video. I want you to actually watch the appointment setting video that I have on my YouTube channel as well. That video will give you so much more clarity on, I think it's a prior video that I uploaded. I'm not sure when I will upload it yet because we don't know yet when we're gonna schedule it, as you can see here. So that is obviously what the team and the system is gonna take care of, which is amazing because that gives me as a founder, it gives me so much peace in mind to focus on what's actually important. We produced a reel today and people were so excited about it. It was the reel about how to create a perfect bio. It gives so much clarity on everything that we're currently doing and people love to watch it. People engage with it very well. That's hence the reason why, as you can see in my reels, because we have such a system behind everything that we're doing, it's working. And I can show you why it's working because you can see the views yourself of every single video. You can see my story sequence fucking views. And you can see you see the money that I'm making every single day. Because I'm posting almost about it every single day, besides today. You know, last month we did 600K in cash. This month we'll do less because this month is not going as great as last month. We hit a second biggest revenue month. We probably hit anywhere between 450 to 500K cash. And hopefully we hit 900K rev, which is amazing. It's just nice because I just know what works, which then gives me peace in my mind, guys. So hopefully this video was very valuable. I know a lot of you like this channel a lot. I try to be as normal and raw as possible so that you know that what market standard actually means, right? Because people these days are so fucking weak. You don't understand. This is standard. This is not even special what I'm showing you. This is normal. This is what everybody's supposed to have. If you know people that don't have this, they're far below market standard. I try to keep the bar in this info game, in this coaching industry very high, generally because This is how a business should be run. A business shouldn't be run by a couple of spreadsheets and a Google document where you write out your scripts. Hopefully this video was valuable. If you have any other questions, feel free to send me this video on Instagram with the question you have, and I'll make sure that my setters give you a fucking proper response to it. I'm inform my setters about it, that when I post this video online, I can get good questions. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to help all the time. Go fucking crush it. Go make some money. And hopefully this video gave you more clarity on what's important. If you feel like it helps you, go copy it for yourself. It'll give you all the clarity that you need. And again, this is what we're working on with clients, that we're working on in generally for ourselves. And that's the reason why it's responsible for bringing in close to $1 million in revenue every single month. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you soon.